You have a problem, Astra mains. Riot was mean to you and lowered your 5-star controller Titan to a 4-star smoke peasant. Still viable, but no longer the pinnacle of your class. In the sea of brimmies with stimmies, you feel like you're being left in the astral plane, alone, scared to pick Astra out of fear of letting your team down. Well, fear not, my friends, because in this video I'm going to show you why Astra is still a force to be reckoned with. Well, maybe not a force, but a roadblock or obstacle. She's fine. Playing Astra may feel like you're a neutered house pet, but I will show you how to make her work and help you adapt to the new meta on one of her previous best maps, Ascent. Alright, let's get into it. Now your default setup on defense can look something like this. You're going to place 3 stars before the round starts. Keep in mind throughout this video I will be calling gravity wells sucks. It's just easier to say. 2 stars on your site for smoke and suck, 1 star on opposite site for smoke. Without overcomplicating it, you can use 2 stars at your site and use the smoke on the opposite site reactively. Try to have your sentinel play on the opposite site to help make you aware of a possible push so you can smoke in time. Using 3 smokes in my opinion is the most optimal since you don't have to worry about placing the star if they fast take the opposite site. You can activate your smoke while in astral form and place down your suck star quickly. If they come to your site, you have your smoke and suck setup ready, so recall your 3rd smoke and then you'll have 2 for the retake. Let's start over on defender side. Our first setup is going to look something like this. Place your 2 stars at entrance to A and a little ahead for the suck. Place that 3rd star over on B site entrance. Let's say they attack A as a full team. You smoke and suck and maybe get a pick. You fall back as the attackers take site control and plant. Recall your B smoke and fall back to wait for your teammates to rotate. Now you probably won't have another suck by the time you try to retake, so you will most likely re-smoke A entrance and concuss hell. I would concuss right side of hell since that is a safer position for attackers. At this point you might have a suck left, but your main priority will be defusing. Another way to mix up your A defense setup is to throw a one-way here. Now you can delay an A push earlier and use that 2nd smoke for A entrance to site, or if they rotate you can use it for another choke point depending on where the enemy rotates. Some examples of this would be top mid, tree door, mid arch, or B main. If they continue to try to hit A site after your one-way is used, smoke entrance and place your suck star. If the attackers hesitate and slow down their push to site, the delay from the combo of 2 smokes and a suck is more than enough time for your teammates to rotate. Now moving over to B site, we're going to do the same thing, only flipped. Put a smoke and suck at B main and smoke at A entrance. Same applies here for a full B push. Your job is to delay and deny info with your smoke and suck if they start to come into site, or use utility to begin to push. On retake you have a few options. If the enemy takes site fairly early in the round and you already use your smoke and suck, your suck will return around the time that you should be ready to retake. Here are the first 2-star locations. Put a concuss star on the inside of switch corner and a suck on the right doorway of boathouse. The concuss will hit that corner box attackers may be standing on. If they hear the star being placed, it will force them off and you may hear them make a sound from jumping off, or they will stay and eat the concuss for breakfast. The suck on the right doorway is better for retaking site from stairs because the attacker will most likely be forced to move to the left side of boathouse, and if your teammate comes from lane, it'll force that fight while you move on to site. Now I would almost always throw down a star and suck at B main, but if you need smokes mid tiles, you can use one there instead of the A main entrance. On an alternate retake, you can really make the attackers sweat in boathouse by placing a concuss and a suck star next to each other, which covers about 99% of the boathouse. Keep in mind there are some small spots your stars don't cover that can be safe havens for attackers. This could force them out onto site, or if they get lucky, they won't get hit. Either way, it makes it much easier if timed right for your team to take site with this retake setup. The third option is to either re-smoke B main before retaking and using 1 suck or concuss on either of the spots I mentioned before, or you can smoke left or right door of boathouse to make it a little more manageable to retake. Onto attack side A, if your whole team decides on an A main push, place 2 stars, 1 at door and 1 on rafters. You should almost always be putting a star inside door because if you get the door down first, you won't need to smoke right away. You also don't have to use a smoke. Another option for you here is to suck the door after it breaks. Now you'll even have a 3rd smoke ready to go to cover rafters again, or door after the suck ends. You can use that last star to concuss bomb and delay the defuse. When splitting between mid and A main, throw 2 stars down at rafters and mid arch. You can put the smoke further back here if your teammates want to control bottom mid or place traps for a defender midler. I would save 1 star for a re-smoke of doors or rafters and suck for the defuse. An alternative smoke for tree is the doorway that leads to garden. Your teammates can come through cat more safely, or from A main and take control of tree for post plant. Same smoke for rafters and keep that suck for defuse. Last star can either be a resmoke or a concuss. Switching over to B site now, we'll start with the standard 2 smokes for market and spawn. Just make sure to place that market smoke deep into the doorway. Now you can save your remaining 2 stars for a smoke on lane or stairs and a suck for diffuser. If your team plans on taking mid control, you'll want to decide on smoking cat or smoking behind pizza towards the defender spawn. You want to make sure you have a second smoke ready to go for defender spawn towards site when you come through market. You can use your concuss to clear pizza and a suck for post plant. I won't lie to you guys, I am certainly feeling the nerf, but with a little adjustment, I think Astra will have her time and place to shine. Keep in mind these setups can be mixed and matched to both keep your opponents on their toes and give you some flexibility on Astra depending on the situation you're in. You know, another situation you might find yourself in, watching another video. I know, smooth. That's right, by clicking on this video, you'll find even more to learn about Astra. All right, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.